Hey, give me a minute of your time here just to take a look at it. I know there's always, it's an algebra. There's got to be a way to check to see if this is right. And there is. And the kind of the shorthand is using the graphing calculator. One option is just to plug in the same number for x and see what this equals. Plug in the same number for x and see what this equals. This is the example we just did on the subtracting rational expressions problem. So here's one other option. And this is kind of as close as you can get to kind of knowing if your answer is right. One would be to actually graph your problem and your answer. And you could technically graph each step along the way, which would be very tedious and a lot of work, but they should always kind of evaluate out to be the same thing. So which means the graph should match and or the table, which is what we're going to look at, should match. Okay, now plugging these things is kind of tedious. You need parentheses around everything. So put parentheses around here, and then put parentheses around each numerator and each denominator. So put a big set of parentheses around each ratio, and then put a set of parentheses around each numerator and denominator. So here's how I'd kind of type this one: x plus 2. Okay, close that one. There's the numerator. Divide that by the denominator, x plus 4. Okay, and then close out that ratio. So that's what those first and last are for. Okay, and then minus, now a big set, so this is going to be around the whole thing, and then the numerator, negative 3x plus 6, close that one, divide by the denominator, x squared, okay, minus x minus 20. We didn't miss anything there, and then close the big set. Okay, and then in y2, type in what you think your answer is. Okay, so this one's just a single ratio, so we just need parentheses around the top and bottom, but it's just going to be x minus 4 divided by x minus 5. Okay, x minus 5. Again, for each numerator, each denominator, put in a set of parentheses, and then each ratio, put a big set of parentheses around it as well. Okay, so we'll throw them in there, and again, we could look at the graph. That'd be great. Just quickly, let's go to the table. So second table, and we'll check out our y1s versus y2s. So what this is saying is if we plugged in 7 to the problem, we get 1.5. If we plug in 7 to our answer, we get 1.5. Okay, and we could check every single x value from there down. Like literally, you could just do this for one value, and if it worked out, you're probably okay. I mean, I checked one earlier, and I just plugged in. The problem is I plugged in 5 to this exact problem, and it turned the denominator to 0, so it didn't work for me. And we can see that in the table too. If we go up to where x is 5, it's going to have an error there. So I happen to choose just one number, and I chose that one, just not even thinking ahead. So that's the problem with maybe just checking a single value of x. You might hit that case, you might do something wrong, but the calculator does a good job of routine calculations really quickly, and we can see every single x values matching with y values all across the board there. You can see those error notes are where the domain, the numbers we need to take out of the domain. You can see that -4 right there would fail. So you can kind of use that to your advantage if you'd like. So graph the problem, graph the answer, or the other option is just to do that kind of on the home page too here. X minus 4 divided by x minus 5, and you could just literally remember x is coming out as I have 5 plugged in for x there. So store maybe we choose 3 for x. Don't choose 0. Usually that's a bad number to choose. But if you just type in the problem. And go ahead and type it in, and with some number stored as x, as long as it doesn't come out to be 0 in the bottom, it's going to give you a number. Now check the problem. Okay, see if that also gives us 0.5. It's nice to use the table feature, however, just so you can check every, or at least a lot of values. You're not going to be able to check every single one. We'd be about 100% confident there, 99.9% confident that that is the right answer, and it's going to work all the time. So thanks for watching.